Right, Shalom Markiam. Want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakhat Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and rule well, and much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopefully elect throughout the 4 winds, pushing the truth and sincerity and diligence. It's Brother Loyal from the Great Millstone, Lake Charles, Louisiana camp, coming back again with another quick lesson, and as always, Lord will be edifying to the elect. All right, so, man, as you can see, I titled this one, We Must Die in Order to Live. All right. We must die in order to live, and that's rightfully so, because if we look at the greatest example that was put before us was who? Yahweh Shai, all right? And he had to die, in order to live, okay? Meaning what? He put off the flesh, okay? He didn't actually do the things that he wanted to, the things that he did desire, and in all actuality, he wasn't subject to sin, That's how we die on this side, That's how we die. We're not partakers of the world, okay? So, man, with that, I'm going to just jump right into it, all right? Because in order to live, we must die, all right? We must die in order to live, all right? And now, because what, man? Having this spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai upon us, it's showing you that we're abiding, we're abiding with Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right? So by us dying and losing our life on this side, all right, we're gonna gain everything. Likewise with Yahweh Shai, when he suffered being crucified, okay, for the elect, he suffered those things, and what he at the end he got that great reward. The Heavenly Father was pleased with him. All right. So likewise with us, we continue to do exactly what we're basically commanded to do. All right, and down this side. What, man, when like it speaks about in the book of Colossians, all right, what we have our life hid with Hamashiach, and then when he comes back and come in that glory, we're gonna receive that also. All right. So this is 2 Corinthians 13 and verse 4 says, "For though he was crucified through weakness, yet he lived by the power of the Most High." You see, and what he was crucified in weakness for the simple fact that the Lord could have called angels and a legion of angels to come and put everybody to death. Okay, when they was crucifying him, all right, when they was piercing him through his side, all right, when they was piercing him on his back, okay, with chains and shit, okay, that was him being crucified in weakness, meaning he actually understood that all that had to happen, okay. It says, "Yet he lived by the power of the Most High," okay. It says, "For we also are weak in him, but we shall live with him by the power of the Most High towards you." All right, so likewise us today in this situation, we're gonna suffer certain things, but guess what? The only thing to do is just endure it. All right, the only thing to do is endure it. Why? Because we know that we're subject to these things. We're subject to being persecuted. All right, we're subject to being hated. Okay, that's us being crucified through weakness. All right, because we're actually strong. All right, but we see the bigger picture. All right, we have the understanding of these things must be done unto us. Okay, it's the Greek word for weakness. Okay, it says the one of strength, weakness, infirmities. It says of the body, and that goes to show you that the Lord came in the flesh. All right, for those ones that say, "Oh, he was just a spirit," or "He was multicolored," no. All right, it says it's native weakness and frailty, feebleness of health or sickness. It says one of strength and capacity, requisite. Yeah, into this. All right, it says made necessary by particular circumstances or regulations. Okay, so certain things had to come. Certain things had to come. All right. It says to understand a thing. All right. You seeing Yahweh Shai knew he was in weakness. He had no other choice but to understand why that was done unto him. Okay. It says to do things great and glorious. And this is the point right here that I really wanted to touch upon. It says to restrain corrupt desires. You see? Because we knew the Lord had the power to do anything, But what? He had to restrain from corrupt desires. You see? He had to restrain from desire to put everyone around him to death. Okay, he had to restrain from not wanting to killing the people that did those things to him. Because you have to actually understand that what he came in the flesh, all right, and these fleshly bodies doesn't want to die, all right. If you're putting your hand on a hot iron, your instinct is gonna basically tell you, hey, this shit is hot. All right, pull your hand away from it. All right, it's gonna send a signal to your brain, or from your brain, to move your hand back. But what? Yahweh Shai, he committed himself to that. All right. It says to bear trials and troubles. And Yahweh Shai went through many great trials and troubles in order for the elect to be brought back into the fold and to what? And to live. All right. So where we can have that spirit upon us. All right. It says 2 Corinthians 4:15, for all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of the Most High. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward is renewed day by day. You see? And it starts with what? The inward man being renewed. Okay? Dying daily in this thing. All right? Having multi impurities burned and purified from within us. And ultimately it's going to be taken out of us. All right? It's really burning all that living that's in us. Okay? It says for our light affliction, and it says light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. You see, because the things that we're going through, amen, it's not going to be able to be compared to what we're going to get when it's time for us to receive that glory. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, while we look not on the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. All right, which are what? Are spiritual things. All right, we're looking at on the spiritual things. Okay, because everything we can see now is temporal. All right, everything around us is just placed here for this present time. All right, it says, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. You see, so we're constantly saying to hell with this life, that we have on this side. Okay, to hell with gaining everything on this side. We'll focus on what? The kingdom. We'll focus on gaining the kingdom and keeping our mind on spiritual things. All right? Because that's what's going to keep us striving in this thing. All right? If you set your affections on earthly things, man, that's going to basically keep your mind boxed in or chained to Esau's captivity or Esau's kingdom. You see? And ultimately, what's going to come from that? Nothing but destruction. All right? So you must die on this side in order to live. All right? And only we can say that. You see? Why? Because it's back behind righteousness. All right. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7 and verse 56. It says, while we lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer it after death. You see? While we lived and committed iniquity, we didn't think that we was gonna suffer. Okay? Why? Because we didn't actually understand that what our iniquity was. You see? But what? Now we're suffering for it. Okay? After death. Okay? But what? Now we have a chance to die and what? Live. Okay? Not be subject to the same transgressions anymore. Okay? It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle. You see, this is the battle. Okay? The flesh wants to do exactly what it wants, and the spirit is always willing to do right. Okay? It says, which man that is brought upon the earth shall fight? That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing what I say. You see, if he be overcome, if you be overcome, these transgressions, these iniquities, the things that's enticing, eating abominable foods, getting the lineups, try to look good, all these things, if you be overcome by these, you're gonna continuously suffer. Okay, you're gonna continuously suffer. All right, and then that's what's gonna lead up to basically having wages of sin upon you, and the wages of sin is death. All right, it all leads to death. So it's better to die now and live than try to live now and be put to death and be woken up to shame. Okay? It says, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose the life that thou mayest livest. And this is the life. Okay? Yahweh Shai, here's the bread. Here's the water that we're supposed to continuously eat of. All right? That's the life that we need. Okay? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's what's going to keep us on that straight and narrow path to what? Righteousness. Okay? Not what Esau pushes and tell you, oh, you need this in order to live, or you need this. This is the status quo for life. No, that's not what it is. This thing is about. All right, you have to see the bigger picture. This is Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 8, and these things are gonna come by what? Suffering. All right, we're gonna gain these things by suffering. We must suffer a whole lot in this place. All right. It says, though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. All right, and it's speaking of Yahweh Shai. All right, he learned what? Obedience by suffering. Okay, suffering in this thing is gonna take you a long way. By you suffering, it also brings forth discipline. All right, because you actually understand that things won't go your way. All right, it's all gonna go according to the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, there's no free will in this thing. It says, and being made perfect after what? He learned obedience, and he basically overcame suffering. It says he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him, only to them that obey him. And you obey Yahweh Shemel Shai by doing the will, feeding the sheep, and amen, keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. First and foremost, what? Having that faith, because faith is going to allow you to obey Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 9. It says, for I think that the Most High has set for us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but we are wise. You see, and that comes with what? Suffering in this captivity that we're in. You know, the world sees us as fools, but guess what? We are wise in Hamashiach. It says we are weak. We are weak because what? We see the bigger picture. We know that we're subject to certain things. Likewise with who? Yahweh Shai. When it says what? For though he was crucified through weakness. You see? He understood the bigger picture. All right? He understood his purpose. It says, we are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. All right? And that's what's going to make our glory so beautiful. All right? It says, even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. Okay. Constantly under what? Pressure and thoughts, wicked thoughts, hunger, you know, all these basically constantly being afflicted. Okay. It says, and labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless. So whatever we go through, we still count it up all joy to Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says, being persecuted, we suffer it. Why? Because we're subject to suffering it. Okay? This is the only way we win. Okay? We win by losing. You know? All the ills that we take on this side, they're going to all be turned to wins. Okay? It says, being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world and the offscouring of all things unto this day. I write not these things unto you, Salaki. I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons, I warned you, okay? Because these things must come into effect if you are, and it's going to be made manifest that you're a son of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You're going to be under the reins of these things, okay? You're going to be subject to these things. You're going through something, you're still counting it all joy to Yahweh Shemel Shai. This shows you where you fall within, you know? If you're doing the working, it says, and labor working with our own hands. All right. Hey man, not only the physical work, but hey, going out there and doing this, the spiritual works. You see, working with our own hands, being reviled. All right. You're gonna have scoffers come up. They're gonna hate you, but guess what? Through it all, you're still gonna give all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, and this is Ecclesiastes 4 and 2. It says, wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive. Okay, and this is the Most High's basically, this is actually King Solomon, but he's saying, hey, look, the Lord is pleased with the dead, which will be us, you know, which will be us on this side who've given up our life. It says, which are already dead, you know, more than the living, You see these everyday people that they have the illusion of their living. All right, it says what which are yet alive, meaning they're not even living because they don't have the breath of life going to basically they don't have that quickening spirit. All right, going to John 6:63. All right, this is the spirit that quickened it. The words that I speak unto you, they are let me grab it. I'm gonna just grab it. No, because that's why that basically that scripture says that. All right. Praise the dead, which are already dead, more than the living that are yet alive. They're not living. All right. Everyone else outside of this truth, and that doesn't have this doctrine, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding according to his right conduct. You know, they're not living. All right. This is John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So if you don't have these words or the spirit within you, and you're not actually doing what you're supposed to do, all right, to back that up, you're not living, all right, and the Lord is not pleased with you, all right. So with that, man, Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and rule well, and much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopefully elect throughout the four winds, pushing his truth and sincerity and diligence. Shalom.